Hi guys, it's Monday and I'm back. So my uncle and one of my most favorite people in the world, same person, he suggested that I talk about a topic that I really thought was dope. But before we get into that topic, I have to hit one more topic to lead into that. So he suggested that I discuss emotional currency. And before we get into emotional currency, I wanted to talk about emotional intelligence. Okay? So it's starting to dawn on me that emotional intelligence so the way I see it is like this. Emotions are guided by the water element of the world. You know what I'm saying? Water is the flow of emotions, right? And intelligence is air. It's it can be like stagnant, or it can be like really quick, like thought, like your mind, quick minded or whatever. So that's just the way I've been learning it according to my journey, right? So when I think about emotional intelligence, I think about people who are balanced in their water and in their air elements in their life. Okay, people who have mastered these things, or understand or overstand these levels of how important it is for these things to be in order and to be balanced when dealing with others. you know so some people don't even realize it, but they're just naturally balanced. So anyway, we're going to be discussing how important it is to have emotional intelligence. Now, the same uncle that I'm talking about, shout out to my Uncle Heck. um he's like always been like he's always been like a second dad to me. I love him with all my heart. And he's taught me, he would always tell me as a younger girl, Nessa, it is intellect over emotion. You have to put your mind first. It's I before E. And for the most part, like at the beginning of it, I did not know what the hell he was talking about. Like I would like, I never wanted to disappoint him. It was always very hard to be disappointing to him. But so I would just be like, yeah, 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 yeah. And it didn't really dawn on me until like, it kind of like, I guess he beated it into my head to where I just naturally became smarter than, or I guess more intellectual than I was emotional. All right. Or I had a stronger control over my mind than I did my emotions. No, excuse me. I shouldn't even say that, but neither here nor there. Point of the matter is that when we are dealing with people in the now, we have to be aware. And being aware takes a presence. It takes mindfulness. So much times we're doing so many things and we're not in the now. We are in the thinking about what's to come, thinking about what could be, thinking about what once was. It's very rare that we're in the moment and we're in that place of state of mind like, yo, this shit can end any second and everything that I'm doing has an intent. Right? So what happens is most people start with the idea of building outside of the now. So this is either healing from the past or building on the future. So this doesn't allow people to actually have the emotional intelligence that they need to have in order to deal with the present moment, because they're more reacting toward their emotions in the state of what happened in the past or what could be in the future. How could I avoid things so it doesn't hurt me in the future like it did in the past? I have mentioned this before. So, I look at the world now, especially urban culture people, you know what I'm saying? Like I love my people. And to be honest, that's who I feel like I'm here to guide or to speak to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if I'm guiding y'all, but I'm definitely speaking to y'all. And it's like the level of emotional intelligence within the urban culture is poor, super poor, super poor, super poor. Now, when I tell you about emotional intelligence, this is for you to become smart emotionally. This is what I'm saying. Not for you to be like, oh, I know how I feel. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just becoming aware of your feelings. I'm talking about how to master your emotions. You know what I'm saying? That's an important thing. All right. So we have a lot of this archetype breakdown between women and men. And we physically in the physical plane are not, the same. Men are physically, some men, because not all. There's women who are way stronger, bigger, fight better, you know what I'm saying, than dudes. That's a fact. Like, I know some chicks that are bust niggas' asses. I've busted some niggas' asses in my past. And I know I'm little, but there's been guys that I slapped up before. Not saying that that's okay. It's not okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, neither here nor there. What I'm trying to say is that the emotional intelligence is super important, because if you don't understand how to control your emotions, whether you're a man or a female, you're not gonna be able to make it through life, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to constantly consider your emotions over everything. You're not even going to be able to use your brain, because you're constantly allowing your emotions to dictate to you how to move. And your feelings aren't facts. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not that you cannot have emotions. It's not that most people are running from feeling their emotions. And this means that you're not emotionally intelligent. People go into depressions and they're like, I just want to chill. I just want to have a good time. That's not going to take you out of your depression, because you're going through a depression because you're resisting feeling the emotions. You got to be intellectual enough or smart enough to say, like, yo, I got to heal. And healing is not disregarding what you're feeling. Okay? So people are constantly avoiding the things that are naturally occurring in their emotions. But if you put your intellect on and you put your common sense on, something will tell you, something will click. Hopefully, if you're aligned enough, something will click like, yo, why am I still in this pain? Why am I still suffering these same suffers? Why do these things trigger me? It's because you're not emotionally intelligent enough to learn and pick up the lessons that your emotions are bringing to you. You see, each thing, like I told you, your emotions are your water. Your water is one of the elements that created this earth. One of the elements that's on this earth. That is bringing you forth emotional lessons for you to master. Because you can't become intelligent on a moral level or a spiritual level or a conscious level if you don't learn these things. You'll just stay in the same shit. So look at women who had 6, 7 baby pops, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, boyfriends, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But, look at women who stay in a repetitive cycle like, this nigga ain't shit, this nigga ain't shit, this nigga ain't shit, this nigga ain't shit. I mean, after, Cat Williams said it best, one of the most funniest fucking things ever. Like, what about you that keeps attracting ain't shit niggas? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact. I'm sorry. And it's the same for men. Men do the same thing. Men get into situations too. Yo, these shorties, all they want is money. What about you that's attracting gold diggers? You value money. What do you think you're going to attract? A nurse? A nun? You know what I'm saying? No, you're not. You're going to attract women who want your money, because all you display is that you got this bread. And that's all you got to offer. Maybe some extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Some perks. But at the end of the day, you got to be emotionally intelligent enough to say, well, this is what I'm doing. I'm really showing my love for money. So what am I going to attract? Somebody else who shares that common goal, that core value, and that wants it. You know what I'm saying? That wants the money. Okay? So the reason why those are 2 small examples. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and give y'all every example in the world. Y'all would have to comment and ask me, questions, and we can discuss further. I don't mind making videos for it. But you guys got to understand that type of stuff. That type of stuff is real deal shit. So if you don't understand your emotions and you don't know how to work out the levels of this element, okay, then you're always going to be led by your emotions, which are going to mislead you, because none of them are facts. They're only for the circumstances. And you emotionally respond as much as you're mature. So in other words, right, because I'm sorry, sometimes I get these messages while I'm talking to you guys, and so it doesn't come out clear. If you watch my videos, I've been watching my videos over to see how I'm delivering, but some of the times the messages are coming so quick that I'm using words that don't really fit in those areas, so pardon me for that. But what I want to say to you guys is this, that these emotions and these elements, they have two sides. You can become, what happens if you have too much water? If you and your emotions are watery, right? And you're just pouring out, you will drown shit out. You will douse shit out. You will flood out things. Let's speak on an emotional plane. I'm figuratively speaking when I say that the water element is emotions, but it really does control that. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you have too much emotions and you're not intelligent enough to master that and put that together in a way, in a place where you're not dousing yourself out, drowning in your own emotions, drowning other people in your emotions, you understand what I'm saying? Then you will be able to swag that out. But if you have too less, if your water is insufficient, then you will become dry and desert, and you know what I'm saying, there will be parchness. You will not be able to even thrive emotionally, because you don't have enough water to even quench the thirst of this experience for you in emotional circumstances. So no matter how much of a man you are and you want women, you won't be able to keep the women, because you have insufficient amount of water, an emotion or emotional intelligence, to know how to apply that currency to what you're trying to gain for yourself, which would be love or something like that. You understand what I mean? And it's saying, and I say that because, and I say that with men, because a lot of men, especially in the urban culture, we are super, super conditioned to reject love, which is natural. You're going to feel love, and that's your highest goal, and that's your highest calling, and that's the highest frequency. That's in you anyway. You're going to feel that. Even, it doesn't matter how much you have conditioned yourself to not. You still are going to have that. And battling against it and rejecting it and resisting it is you causing the pain. You understand what I'm saying? Is you causing the resistance and the lack thereof, or the difficulty. That's you trying to stop something that naturally needs to flow. Okay? You got to understand that. So that's not an emotional intelligent person. That's a person who lacks emotional intelligence. Therefore, your emotional currency is depleted. You don't even have enough. If you don't have emotional intelligence, you won't have emotional currency. It'll be poor. People, you'll meet women or men that require a certain amount of emotional currency, and you won't be able to afford it, because you're not intelligent emotionally. Because you look at emotions like if it was a death calling. It's not. It's life, actually. That's what we're powered by. And it's mastering the rejection and the resistance of that allows you to gain more emotional intelligence and have more emotional currency. Okay? So what happens if this world doesn't work off a US dollar anymore? You can't value yourself off of how much you hustled, how much bread you hold, how fly you are, how much jewelry you got. What about if none of that really matters any longer, and only thing that matters is love, and you don't have this love currency in you? Then you will always attract to you darkness and situations that don't have that. I mean, that's how this world is made up, on a spiritual, ethereal type of a like agenda, if you ask me. It's just evidence, common sense. I mean, anybody with their eye open can see. My eyes are open, all of them, 3 of them. But you know what I'm saying? So that's really important for y'all to understand, that the emotional currency really has something, your emotional currency really has something to do with your direct level of emotional intelligence. But because we're more stronger in the resistance, the resisting emotions, we are emotionally poor. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally poor. Your hearts are cold and closed off. And I've been like that a long time myself, because of all the fear that I've had of being hurt by other people, trusting in other people, investing in other people. And there was also a time where I was like that, where I was very strong in the resisting of, and not having emotions, and not caring about other people's feelings, and not caring about what they invested in me. I was young, but that's neither here nor there. Those younger teenage Janessa selves has shown me how much emotional intelligence I lacked. You understand what I'm saying? So it allowed me to learn. I had to hurt people that I loved dearly, or that were really great to me, to understand, like, yo, you know what? That shit was horrible, and they didn't deserve that. And I learned from that, so on and so forth. And then what happened is I repented those things. I don't want to hurt people like that no more. I don't want to treat people like that no more, because I don't want to attract that to me. So I'm not going to do that any longer. And then you start to learn little by little, okay? That's going to be the core foundation of the type of emotional currency you have, all right? So that's what I'm going to leave y'all with today. I hope it makes sense. I was a little scattered everywhere because I was collecting the information while I was telling it to y'all. All right. I love you guys. We'll continue tomorrow on the same subject.